Brandon Quick, Team Trinity, Bruno Bastos Jiu-Jitsu, Killer Apps competition team. Check them out on the iPhone, coming out on Android next. What we're going to show is just a little bit, we're going over the class today with a little knee slice action, defense to the knee slice, and some basic collar chokes. So you get a bunch in one video. So I'm here inside of the guard. I want to have a little bit of squeeze on the hips, but not so much that I'm underneath right now. A little bit of squeeze on the hips, defending the arms, and making sure that when he puts his arm behind his head, I don't follow all the way over there, okay? I can have my elbows on the hips as well, so I have dual control, knees and elbows controlling the hips. And then from here, I'm going to switch to a thumb or a thumb up, fingers down grip. I don't want to do this on his biceps, because when I start to lean on him with my weight, I don't want him to move his arm, and now my balance is in his control. I want to be in control of my own balance. I'm going to pop up onto my feet, and in this case, my right knee is going to try and find the pocket right below his tailbone, above his butt. Okay, so I pop up onto my feet, one leg forward, one leg is going to be right in his tailbone. As I start to come down, I'm going to sit back. I sit back and my knee starts to pop through. I'm going to gain control of this lapel. I prefer the far side lapel. Instead of this one, because if I make a mistake driving this way, I give a little bit too much towards my back. I don't like this. Right? So if I make a mistake this way, the gi stops me here. Punch this guy down super tight. If I can control his sleeve, then I can control his sleeve. And my shin, like when I'm here, sometimes they'll be locked. Tristan's super tall, sometimes not. He's going to be trying to usually maintain his guard and keep him from running away from me a little bit by having this. And my shin is going to slide towards his thigh. I want to slide that shin down his thigh like this. And now I'm able to come up to the side control. Now I let go of the collar and get my underhook. The point of this is, like, when I hold his knee, move your hips, Tristan. He can't move his hips away. That's what I want. One of the general rules of jiu-jitsu that I teach for submitting people is controlling the next joint up from which you want to tap someone out. If I want to ankle lock him, I control his knee. If I want to knee bar him, I control his hips. If I want to arm bar him, I have to control his shoulder. You know, so right now what I'm doing when I do this particular pass, instead of just cutting through, is I'm causing pressure on the knee, which stops him from moving his hips. Okay, you can watch it from the rear this time. From here. From here. Now pop right up into it. I want to waste a little amount of time here. I walk my hands down, I sit, and I'm here. Get my knee grip nice and tight. Don't extend your arm. I don't want his knee bringing me up. I don't want his knee doing that door. I don't want anyone blocking. Nice and tight. Don't leave your arm outside. Here. Control the sleeve of my hand, slide my shins, pull up, and now I'm here. Now I'm here. Love grabbing this material here. One of my favorite grips. For me, this can be good, solid grip. I can have crushing control here. I can hold the back. Bruno teaches me to grip this material a lot, and I've done that for about a year and a half, just every single time I go side control. A lot more cross-face power. You can control the guard, block, you can control the hips, either way. Now, guard. Say he breaks my guard. Pops up. Now we're here. So, hold on. When he starts to aggress, I can't just run from him all the time, especially if he's being super tight. So when he brings his knee down, elbow down, I can block. If he tries to go the other way, I pass and block. Notice my elbow's on the ground, and I can start to frame into the block. But what I want to do from here, this will work when he's aggressing, not when he's flat. He'll be too heavy. So when he's aggressing like this, I want to hold this sleeve so he doesn't start to underhook the leg or anything like that. Block this knee. I just shoulder walk a little bit and put my foot right here. Okay? I don't want to turn sideways. It's hard like this. My knee won't allow me in this way. So I just shoulder walk just a little bit and get that foot in. Now I'm here, I'm just going to kick that leg straight out, pull him in, into the full guard. Great little technique. Knees up again. And here, again, when he's sitting on his heel, sit on your heel, sit on your heel. And I go here, he's too heavy. Like I said, this is when he starts to aggress. Boom, now we're here. Kicks it out, full guard. Okay? Now let's go into the collar chokes. I start to reach deep for the collar choke. The old jiu-jitsu adage of the tag in the back. You're not doing the choke deep enough unless you're grabbing the tag. That's just something I've always had in the back of my head. Head's never down on the mat. I can't reach him like this. He's got to be lifting up and sitting up into him, and I grab. My hand's going to be curled around his back when I grab like that. Muscle man it like this. Start to curl it into so you can control it. So I'm here. I'll bring him down a little bit. Second hand's going to come underneath, and I'm going to reach up super deep. Look how my thumbs are almost touching each other. It's called a collar choke, but in reality it's my wrist. Turn my wrist into him, and I'm bringing him in with my knees. My motion that I'm doing is my elbows are going around my ribs and down the mat. I don't like lifting my elbows super high because he can push my elbows and get his arms involved. When I'm down here, he can't get his arms involved. So I reach up, sitting up, break him down a little bit, bring this next one underneath, super deep, all the way up, bring him in with the knees, squeeze. I have my hands, there's an indentation right here, and my hands are squishy. You can sometimes get the choke with your hands in there, but I'd rather reach deep enough to where my wrist is what's on his carotid artery. And then I'm able to curl my hands and turn my wrist into his neck, bringing it around my body. Get him here, up, let's turn a little bit. Up deep, bring him in. Next hand comes up, nice and super tall. Bring him in with the knees. So, basic knee slice, guard pass, knee slice defense, and collar choke, basic palms up collar choke. Thank you, Killer Apps.